Alright, what's going on, everybody? Sir Kirby. I'm trying out using my webcam. Also, you may have noticed this is not Minecraft. So yeah, we're trying something a little bit different. I've already talked to a couple people about it. Minecraft is by no means over, but what we're struggling with right now is because there's a lot of us in there, and it's really hard for us to work out a time that we're all available together. We're not going to be able to do that more than maybe one recording session a week, most weeks. So, I've got my own little project that I've always enjoyed doing that I want to start up with and do that on my own on this channel as well. So, as you can see, we've got the Ocarina of Time Randomizer. It's something that I've done a couple of times, not the seed that we're on, obviously. But I figured I'd give it a go and see what happens. So, I just actually created the seed a few minutes ago. And we're just going to jump right in. So, I realize some people maybe haven't seen this game before. Just know that if you haven't seen Ocarina of Time before, this is not how it's supposed to go, by any means. So, basically what we've got here, as the randomizer would suggest, it takes all of the item locations in the game and shuffles them at random, and we just have to beat the game while looking around and hunting for as much stuff as we can. I don't plan on 100%ing this game as is, but depending on how long it takes, I might end up doing that, so we'll see. The reason I'm still sitting on the screen here is because what I'd like to do, if I can figure out an easy way to do it, is, since we're doing a randomizer, and I'm stealing this idea from somebody else that I've seen do a randomizer before, but I want to use a random name. So, we're going to pull this in, we're going to put this in here, generate a first name. I don't like the way that's spelled, so I'm going to take one letter out of it, but we are Edgar now. They put an extra A in it on the site that I used to generate that, and I don't like it. It was spelled E-A-D-G-A-R, and, no. But we can rock with Edgar, that's fine. So we've got the Shadow Medallion to start out. That's neat. Alright. We've got Blue Heart. So I'm actually playing this on the version 5.0 of the randomizer. The only ones I've ever done were on version 4.0, so this is new to me. At least a little bit. I know most of the functionality is the same, obviously, because it's still the same game. But, like, you couldn't change your heart colors before, and obviously we've got, like, the light blue stuff going on for this. I always forget where the first house with all the chests in it is. I think it's this one? Nope, I've done that I don't know how many times. I always make myself look like an idiot. Good start. Anyway. Part of what I'm trying to do this for as well is so I can work on my solo commentary, so I don't have to be as reliant on other people to be online when we do other games. Because I know that's a big thing that I'm scared of right now, is trying to do, is trying to do a bunch of solo stuff, you know, just on my own, but it's also stuff that I want to be able to do at some point. I don't want to just have to, that's convenient. I don't want to just have to, sorry, I'm getting all these good items and I can't even finish my sentence. Jesus Christ, alright. Solid. I think I'm marking that off on the tracker correctly. The tracker's been updated since I last used it as well. Also, we've got an item tracker, so it might be a little bit hard to tell now, but as we go, some of these things will light up as we acquire them. So, the row right above the medallions is, or the two rows, I should say, above the medallions are music, none of which we have yet. And then the other thing that's of note is that we're doing a Keysanity randomizer, which means that all of the dungeon keys are mixed in randomly throughout the world. And considering how many of those there are, I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't get one in that first house. But yeah, so trying to develop my own solo stuff and play a game that I enjoy in a random order. How about you? Most of the... Oh, okay. Most of the more advanced settings, like entrance randomizers stuff, I don't feel like doing, because as much as I know this game pretty well, to the point that I've done a couple of glitchless speedruns of it, I don't know it that well, and I don't, nor probably will I ever claim to. So for now, we're just rocking with, you know, standard. I did change up all the colors though, obviously, so our green normal tunic is actually kind of a similar color to our hearts, I just noticed. Trying to think if there's anything else major. I don't need to go to the shop to buy a shield, joystickless, because we have one already, which is convenient. So I guess we can head over to the Deku Tree. The other thing of note about the tracker is that at the very bottom, underneath the medallions, the keys themselves are, I believe, like you click on the keys and that'll count them up, or how many you're holding at any given time. And then the numbers to the left that are currently all in green are, I believe, the number of chests left in that dungeon. I may be wrong. Like I said, I've never actually used this tracker for a full run, and it's a little bit different from the last time I saw it for even a part of one. Usually I use the online one, but that didn't want to work well with my recording software that I'm using, so I just bit the bullet and I was like, alright, I'll see if I can figure this one out. And I don't think it should be too hard to figure out. Grab our first chest in the Deku Tree. We got the compass. Alright, and then you see down there on the tracker, we went from a green 7, meaning we haven't opened any chests, to a white 6, meaning we've opened some, but not all. The always fun generic cutscenes. Alright. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place with my commentary right now because I'm trying to focus on not doing anything stupid in-game, while also... I know not everybody that's going to watch this has seen it before, though I bet most people that'll end up here have seen this at some point. Okay. I wonder why he's sick. He's trying not to die because he's burning from the inside. Fair enough. And then I never knew, before I first played a randomizer, I never knew this was up here. Played this game I don't know how many times. Alright. I'm gonna continue bouncing all over the place with what I'm talking about right now. Where are the bottles on this tracker? They're right there. The letter in a bottle, as far as I know on that tracker, isn't anything special. It's not its own thing, because I think most people actually play with it with the Zora fountain just open already. They don't wait for... they don't wait to get the letter first. Obviously, I did leave the letter in. So that opens up something else we can do. I do believe, however, that covers everything in the Deku Tree. So, this is where we go out into the wilderness for the first time, I suppose. There are a couple of things regarding the tracker that I'm not aware of yet. There'll be a couple of things that I'll have to bank on comments, whether it be from friends or if somebody else happens to come across this and think, hey, this is cool. I'd appreciate all the help I could get as far as what things on the tracker mean. I got most of them, obviously, like Stone of Agony, the Fugo Egg, all that, yada yada. What I'm not sure of is like... Oh yeah, we get an item for that. We have our first key now. I forgot we get an item for leaving the forest. What was I saying? Right, I'm aware of, like, you know, Stone of Agony and that kind of stuff. But what I'm not entirely sure of is how to keep track of all of it long term. Like, I doubt I'm just going to be sitting here and remember to hit every single thing. So between, like, you know what I'm saying. Just basically help keep me in check. If you're watching the video and you notice I got something and then didn't mark the tracker, point it out. Because even if I did notice it and go back and fix it on my own, you might not see that, but you might see that I didn't do it in the moment. And if I didn't do it in the moment, there's a pretty good chance that I didn't mark it at all. I'm aware of that. I'm not gonna be mad at you for saying, oh, you didn't mark off the Skulltula. Like, oh shit, you're right. More than likely, at least. And even if you're not right, I'll be like, hey, thanks for looking out for me, man, but I got it. Money. One thing that I am thinking about doing, I doubt it'll happen, but I am thinking about doing some of these, like, randomizer speedruns on, like, weekends. Only issue with that I can think of, only potential issue, is that I don't use the Japanese anything for the regular glitchless runs that I do, and those take forever. Nice egg! Bro, we are rolling in stuff early on, except I still don't have a sword. Solid silver scale, though. But yeah, the normal speedruns that I do when I play glitchless speedruns, which I haven't done in a while anyway, but those usually take like 6 hours on a good day. And I haven't even attempted a randomizer speedrun yet. So I'm a little bit hesitant to try to do those, just knowing, you know, how long those can take. I'm not opposed to the idea ever, but it's gonna be a while, because if you found me on this video and not on the Minecraft Let's Play, which, by the way, if you're even remotely interested, you should at least give it a chance. If you're not, I understand. I get not everybody's going to be into the same stuff all the time. And same with this, if you're here from the Minecraft and you're like, ooh, this isn't Minecraft, what's going on? And you decide after 2 episodes you don't like it, it's not for you. No hard feelings, you know? Like I said, no 2 people always like the same things. It's not a big deal. But at least give it a chance, you know? I'd appreciate that. I'm going off on tangents and then forgetting how I got there. Like, I know I brought up Minecraft, and I have no idea why I brought up Minecraft. I'll probably put some kind of editing note in here afterward, because for the life of me, I have no idea how I got there. I just know that it happened. I'm sure it was a good point, though. In any case... What? I'm working. I was trying to get the chickens, and you were like, hey, get the chickens! And I was like, oh, let me run past you, and I can do that. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute while I find these chickens, and then try to figure out why I brought up Minecraft. Excuse me. Come back here. I mean, I'm sure it was something along the lines of, like, you know what, I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth any further than I already have. I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't want to pretend to remember what I was talking about. I don't want to take a guess at what I was talking about. Anyway. I am missing... 2 chickens? 1 chicken? 2 chickens? I didn't grab this one. So that means I'm missing 3 chickens. But we're all good, because I know where they're at now. Sir, thank you. One thing that I'm probably going to have to do in the future that I didn't do today is have like a list of things that I can talk about for when I run into a little rut like this, where I'm just kind of running around picking stuff up, but I'm not talking about anything in particular. I don't imagine that'll happen a lot throughout the course of the randomizer, but I know it's bound to happen some because I am not a very talkative person in general. And it's a lot harder to talk to yourself than it is to talk to a couple of other people in a call with you. So, I promise nothing for the first couple episodes of the randomizer, but, well, I promise effort, but that only counts for so much, right? It's still bugging me that I can't remember what I was talking about when I brought up Minecraft the first time. I feel like I have like an idea of what it was about, but I can't put my finger on it. I think it had something to do with some kind of like college student commentary, but now I'm trying to think of how that goes into Minecraft, and I'm like, well, it's because it doesn't, but... yeah, like I said, you'll have already gotten a chance to read it by now, because I'll have gone back and, while I was editing, and been like, oh, that's what I was talking about. Okay. But it's gonna bug me for the rest of how long I'm recording this episode, because I have no idea. There should be one more up here that I may not actually need, but I'm gonna feel really dumb if I do need it and don't get it. So let's pop up here and grab this chicken. So I did mention earlier, I'm probably not gonna 100% the randomizer unless it just takes that long to find all the things that we need. I think bare minimum that we need to get is I left the trial setting alone, so we need to be able to finish all 6 trials, which means we need gold gauntlets for the final fight. Not true. For the next to last fight, we need light arrows. I believe to get the bridge, we have to have all 6 medallions, so we'll have to finish at minimum 6 of the 9 temples, dungeons, temples. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna worry too much about... was that the last chicken? I'm not gonna worry too much... no, it wasn't. I'm not gonna worry too much about, like, collecting all the heart pieces and stuff, unless, like I said, I get to, like, toward the very end and I have 18 hearts and 2 pieces and there's only, like, you know, 1 or 2 left. Then I'll probably go pick them all up. But that's not the plan right now. Nice. And doesn't that actually give me weapons, too? Solid. I have weapons now. I have sticks. That's mildly helpful. Let's see, what else can we do? Can't do any slingshot-related games yet. I suppose we could go up to Zora's River and see what those 2 heart pieces turned into. And then depending on how long that takes, that might be the end of the episode there. This is either going to be a short episode, or it's going to be an easy edit episode for me. Might actually end up being both, we'll see. Because I'm actually recording this on Friday the 13th, which in itself doesn't mean anything, but for the sake of context, I've already made plans with Seth to do our next Minecraft recording session later as well, which I'm so happy I finally caught up on. The first day we did streams of it, I wasn't paying attention to the time so much. I was just trying to go as far as we could into it because I was having a good time with it. It was a game I hadn't played with friends in a long time. And then by the time we were done, I was like, oh god, I have 4.5 hours to edit from this. Mistakes were made. So I spent basically an hour a day for the next 4 days just trying to do as much editing as possible to get them out so I could justify moving on and recording again. And we finally actually got to the point that I finished every episode we've done. We did the second recording session that I think ended up being episode 7, 8, 9. No, that's not right. Episode 10. Yeah, episode 10 was its own recording session. We played for about an hour, and I ended up cutting it in about half. which is a couple arbitrary numbers. The point is, we finally did that one. I think I was still editing episode 6 at that point. And then I was able to finish that one, or all of those up, and then I just finished the episode 10 recorded, or editing, yesterday. So, now that it's Friday the 13th and everything's going to start going wrong, I can at least say for the first time in a long time that I'm caught up on the editing and such. And since I don't want to just be playing, you know, the one game at a time, went the wrong way there. It's not that I have a problem playing one game at a time, it's that I have a problem only recording once a week, because I know the way I'm setting up my work ethic with my college schedule is that I'm trying to more or less do everything in such a way that I can get the recording and editing stuff done early in the week, and then I have the end of the week to work on homework or papers or whatever, unless of course I have something that's due on like a Tuesday, in which case that would flip that week. But then we, because of all of our schedules combined, we basically only have Fridays and Sundays to record Minecraft. But I'm home other days, so if I get my recording stuff done early, I could always just pop in here and do some Ocarina Randomizer. That is a blue ruby, which we don't need too terribly badly. I will say I know what the seed is. I do have a spoiler log for this map. What I'm not going to do is put it in the description or anything until like toward the end of the series, just because I don't want people to like input the exact same settings and everything and get me the spoiler log for it, and that's a piece of art up there. So I don't really need either of these, but I'm going to take one moderately quick effort to see if I can get over here. I don't think this is doable. No, not even close. Alright, so that's a couple things we don't need. What else can we do? Let me know, by the way, if you want me to try to keep the face cam around. I'm not opposed to it, but it's also not the easiest thing to do with Minecraft. I didn't so much mind it here because I'm going to have the tracker on screen anyway, and that was going to shrink the game slightly regardless. And I wanted something else to put up in that corner, so I didn't so much mind it on this one. But it's hard to do in Minecraft because I like to do a lot with my coordinates, and I know obviously I can see my coordinates on my game without having to look through my face cam, but it may in some cases be something where you guys want to look at it. But I could also just edit things in such a way where I guess if I needed to move it, I could put it on the other side or something. And I know what at least one person is bound to be thinking right now. I came here for Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and this guy won't shut up about his Minecraft series. Look, I'm sorry, but if you feel that way, it's just that that's most of what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, and basically my entire YouTube career. There wasn't one viral Husky video 5 years ago that people are still giving me hate for, and I'm like, look, I get it. If you think that what we were doing was mean, it kind of was, but she is by no means a hated dog. She's still alive and well. She pees on everything because she has a faulty bladder. We found that out a couple years ago, but we love her just the same. And that's the end of talking about that, because I don't want to add any more fuel to the fire than I already did by making those comments. After running around for 2 minutes, I realized I have absolutely no idea where I'm trying to go. So what I'm thinking we do... Well, I can't do that now. I was going to run back into the castle and pick up the Master Sword and become an adult and grab a couple of things real quick, but we can't do that now. We can't go to Zora's Domain without the Ocarina. That's not true. That's not true, we can. How about we do that? How about we run over to the lake? Sorry, I keep like moving my head around weird on the face cam, by the way. I'm sure that it's catching some attention because I'm doing it so much. My neck is kind of stiff right now. after being in class this morning and then having to take a 2-hour, well, it wasn't a 2-hour bus ride. I shouldn't lie about the length of my bus ride, but a significant bus ride home. It's the kind of things that happen when you try to record at 2 in the afternoon on Friday instead of like taking a nap first. Anyway, enough about that. So yeah, I very seriously doubt any of this gets cut out, but just in case it does, I think what I'll probably do, like I said, I'm not going to post the seed that I used, but I think I will post at least like the specific settings that I used, because I did close the window before I could read those off. But basically what you need to know, if it even means anything to you, other than, hey, I'm watching somebody play a game that I've never seen before in the wrong order. If you actually are familiar with Ocarina of Time Randomizer, all you need to know for my settings is that I basically changed all the colors. I left the sound effects alone because of the legend of the low health sound effect being King's Aura, and I wasn't about to deal with that for a potential 40-episode series. I hope it doesn't go that long, by the way, because I love this game, but not that much. If it goes 40 episodes, I'm hoping it's because I'm 10 episodes into the second one I'm doing after a short break, not because it actually just took that long to beat this one. We'll see how that goes. Piece of heart, nice. So what I'm thinking is, since we have the means to drop down here and grab this, I think I'll grab this piece of heart and then call it an episode right here. So let's see, that's our first piece of heart, huh? Because we got the heart container, but that was the first piece. So the major additions from episode 1, if anybody wants to be a fun tracker guy in the comments, which I don't blame you if you don't. Actually, I lied. We're not ending it here. I'm sorry I lied to you. I know that makes trusting me hard, but I did just realize there's one more chest we can grab that might be a tiny bit more of a climactic ending than a single piece of heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up here real quick, since we have sticks, and I can light... Or can't I? I can. I can light some torches, and there's a chest behind the waterfall that we can get. Maybe. This is the obnoxious part of not having a sword, is you have to actually stand there and wait before you're able to put the thing away. Did I just run right past one? No, that's the only one there. Go! Go, Edgar! You can do it! But yeah, I have no shame admitting right now that a couple of the ideas that I've had for how to do this series specifically, I stole from a couple of other people on... Pause. Where did I miss? What, do I just have to trust that they'll all stay lit? Or did I run past one over here? Sorry, this is normally a piece of art, so when I said earlier that I like to play the, I like to do glitchless speedruns, this is something I never do. So I don't know if I just did something wrong, or if I ran right past something that I wasn't supposed to run past. 2. There we go. That's a better result. Alright. But yeah, I'm not used to having to do quests like that, just simply because this isn't a chest that you need for glitchless speedruns. Let's see what we got here. The Ocarina? Alright. That is a significantly better way to end off this episode. And the best part is, we have a secondary D-pad. So the Ocarina defaults to D-pad down, and I don't have to worry about using the C buttons for it. I don't know who decided that was a good addition. I know that's been around since at least Randomizer version 4.0, probably longer than that, I'd imagine. But I love you, whoever's idea that was. That's awesome, and it's so convenient to not have to worry about that. They did the same thing with both the Iron Boots and the Hover Boots, and I have a great appreciation for that. because it doesn't mean you have to flip in your inventory every time you want to change shoes. Anyway, look at the camera, Link. You got this. No, sorry, Edgar. You're not Link. You're Edgar. No! So anyway, thanks for tuning in to episode 1 of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer as I turn around again. I can't promise that this series is going to be as consistent as the Minecraft series, at least in the early going, because I'm not sure how often I'm going to be recording this as opposed to recording Minecraft, but I know it's definitely something I want to keep up with and do a good bit of. So, anyway, if I missed anything in the tracker, please let me know, because I'm not going to be able to pay attention to it as much as I'd like to think I can. In fact, I know I'm not going to be able to. So if you notice that I missed something, please put it in the comments so that I can fix that in between episodes. I think I got it right this time. I'm not aware of anything that I skipped, but just in case. Anyway, with all that rambling out of the way, see you guys next time.